Hi guys, today we'll be looking at the 2012 model Mercedes-Benz C200 W204 chassis. This car is one of perhaps the staples behind the E and S-Class models of the Mercedes lineup, being so popular and so good at what it does. Today I'll be walking you through what features it has, the exterior, interior, and practicality and driving dynamics. And yes, it's rear-wheel drive. So the exterior of the C-Class, well, the front, they normally come with the halogen headlights. There is an option for the LED headlights, but this didn't have it. So there was also an option to get the AMG Sports Kit, which this car doesn't have. Also the color, so it's red, it's called Fire Opal, Mercedes calls it. The wheels, 17 inches on both ends, and you also get a full-size spare tire, which is really useful. The back, so back is my favorite part of this car because the lights, they just look really nice. I really like them, especially in the AMG body kit, which this doesn't have, but I reckon this still looks nice. The tail lights have a part LED and part halogen. The indicator is LED and the tail lights that run at night are LED as well. It has a real exhaust pipe. One special feature the C-Class has, and actually all Mercedes-Benz come with this feature, is summer mode. So you have your key fob, and it has a sensor here. So this is actually a sensor as well. If you ever wonder, Mercedes owners, what this is an infrared sensor. So you point the key there and you point it to that sensor, you press and hold the unlock button, and the windows go down. How cool is that? And so you can do the reverse. You can press and hold the lock button and they will also go up. But considering it's a hot day, I'm going to leave them open a bit. So now heading to the interior. So into the interior of the C-Class. Well, it's full of leather and that's pretty much it. No, I'm just joking. So climb in. Door feels really solid, you know, as what you would expect from a Mercedes-Benz. Everywhere you touch, it's pretty much padded with soft padding or just like really nice leather. For example, all padded here and it's leather, nice. The steering wheel's leather, wrapped in leather. Compared to even the BMW, I guess, the 3 Series BMW, this is probably a more luxurious compared to the E90. Actually, the main reason why I bought this car, let me just adjust my seat, is, you'll see now, this screen. If we go ahead and plug it in, I'll show you. It comes on and you can see different options through the steering wheel. So you just click it left and right, you can switch through the different categories of menus in the screen. Audio, that's where you turn on the system. Telephone with Bluetooth, assistance, so you know, ESP, attention assist, which is what keeps it, it tries to keep you awake through the system. You'll see a coffee icon in the screen. That is triggered when you're driving more than 80 kilometers an hour for 2 hours straight. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a really nice system, I think. Even though it doesn't have navigation and the extras and etc., things like that, I think it's really nice complement to the whole experience of driving this car. Yeah, these are the different options. Vehicle, no, convenience, belt adjustment. So also comes with the, when you know, lock your belt in, turn on the car, the belt hugs you, the seat belt hugs you, which is just, you feel that sense of security and safety when you're in this car. This is only for the driver and passenger front row though, not for the back. Trip, so if you go up and down, you can scroll through that same category menu. So this Audio 20 system, this is not doesn't have navigation, and neither can I install navigation. Usually would go on the glove box, the module, but you know, as you can see, this is where I get to the options. So this didn't have many options, such as the Harman Kardon sound system, the command navigation system. Other than the lack of features, I think they've done a great job designing this interior and just the quality of it. A couple of more features that this car has is the Eco start-stop function. So as I will demonstrate now in this short parking area, just driving slowly, it should turn on. And I do have the window down so you can prove that the engine turns off. And it turns green in the screen, so you know that it's active, and it will turn off when you stop. So I'm going to stop now. It should turn off. It's off. And another thing, while it's stopped, when you have your foot on the brake, you don't need to put your foot on the brake anymore, because you push it in, push your foot in all the way on the brake, and it changes. It holds the car for you. Now you don't need any feet on the pedals. So it's just, this is another aspect of when you're waiting at traffic lights or when it's a traffic jam. It's just, you don't need to worry about pressing, you don't need to force your feet on any pedals. So it's just so comfortable. When you go, all you need to do is just press the accelerator, and then it will stop holding it for you. That's luxury for you. And that's standard on all models, which is great. As you can see, it turns off because this is a very complicated system, the Eco Start Stop. So I'll just hold it. You know, it's just amazing how that works. It has front sensors and rear. You can see them through the mirror. It has air vents, all automatic windows. You know, the mirrors are electric, as you'd expect. The light switch, I've always been confused as to why there's no zero. You cannot turn off the lights. Very, very odd. These are the rear fog lights, so you can turn them on and it will actually turn on an LED rear fog light. This adjusts your positioning of the front headlights. So because they're halogen, you can manually adjust them through here, and they will adjust. To the speakers, so it has a subwoofer now. I've installed a subwoofer, as this system, it's decent, but it is lacking in the bass. Anyone considering this model with not with the Harman Kardon sound system, I recommend you strongly to get a subwoofer, at least a small one, even under the seat if you don't have enough space in the trunk. So another feature the interior has is front driver and passenger electric seats. They're partially electric, so you can go up, down, you know, you can adjust the seat back as well to go front and back. Other than that, you know, you can adjust the height of the bottom of the seat through this wheel here. You can adjust the position of the seat, the whole seat, through the lever down here. It also has underneath the seats, as you can see in this one, there's also one under the driver's seat, and there's a couple of cup holders there, pretty dirty right now. There's also two LED lights. Gives you that cool white color, cool white lighting color, which you don't get in, you know, many other cars. Standard lights front and back. The main feature of this car, why you would buy this car instead of another car, for the interior, the way it looks, the way it's built, it's engineered to top quality. The boot space of the C-Class. The C-Class comes with 475 liters of boot space. As you can see, I fitted a subwoofer, as I mentioned before. Yeah, so it hasn't taken up much space in the back area, but I reckon it's a pretty good size. For me, it doesn't really matter much, as I don't use the trunk that much. The back seats also fold, so there is 60-40 split, I think. So as you can see, they can fold, and yeah, you have so much more room now. Now I shall go for a drive. So just driving the C-Class, it's just a really relaxing experience. You know, you have minimal road noise. The transmission is amazing, it's comfortable, it's refined. You cannot feel much jerkiness, you cannot feel any hesitation at all, especially paired with this engine. It's just perfect combination, especially for this class of car. That's what you want if you want a luxury car, but granted, it doesn't handle as good as a BMW 3 Series. The engine has a 135 kilowatts of power, or 184 horsepower for American folks. and 270 Newton meters of torque. So it's not a sports car, you know, it's not sports car performance, but it is luxury car performance. I think it's adequate enough for me for daily commute. It's maybe on par with a Volkswagen Golf, a bit more than that, as it is rear wheel drive and it has a nicer 7-speed torque converter transmission, although that car has a dual clutch, but doesn't really help it as it is an economy car. It is built for, at a cost, the cheaper Golf, not the GTI. It also has a nice whistle when you let off the throttle. The W204 C-Class range is diverse, which I will outline in summary now. The C200 packs an M271 1.8-litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine and makes 135 kilowatts of power and 270 Newton meters of torque, with a 0 to 100 time of 8.2 seconds declared. The C250 has the same 1.8 litre from the C200 and makes 150 kilowatts of power and 310 Newton meters of torque, with a 0 to 100 time of 7.4 seconds declared. The C300 has an M276 3.5 litre V6 petrol engine and makes 185 kilowatts of power and 340 Newton meters of torque, with a 0 to 100 time of 6.7 seconds declared. The C350 has the same engine as the C300 and makes 225 kilowatts and 370 Newton meters, with a 0 to 100 time of 6 seconds declared. Now for the diesels. The C200 CDI has an OM651 2.1 litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel with 100 kilowatts and 330 Newton meters, with a 9.2 second 0 to 100 time declared by factory. The C250 CDI has the same engine as the C200 CDI, however with 2 turbos, 150 kilowatts and 500 Newton meters, with a 0 to 100 time of 7 seconds declared by factory. The next step in the diesel range is the C350 CDI, which has an OM642 3-litre V6 turbo diesel engine with 195 kilowatts and 620 Newton meters. The top of the range C63 AMG comes with an M156 hand-built 6.2 litre V8 AMG petrol engine, which is racing derived, making a standard 336 kilowatts and 600 Newton meters, with a 0 to 100 time of 4.5 seconds as declared by the factory. As these cars age and increase in mileage in general, it is important to keep in mind a few reliability items on your car shopping list for the various models. The C200 and 250 petrol models carry a common issue with their timing chains and gears, which may need to be replaced close to 100,000 kilometers. This can happen as early as 20,000 kilometers. Yes, 20,000 kilometers, but it all depends on maintenance and whether the car had any manufacturing defects. The C300 and C350 petrol models do not have many major known engine concerns nor transmission concerns, so they would be the safer buy compared to the rest of the range. Similar to the 200 and 250 petrols, the 200 and 250 diesels also carry a common issue with their timing chain stretching, which can be quite costly considering that the diesel chains are at the rear of the engine. The C350 diesel does not really have any major concerns with its engine, considering that it's one of the older engines used in the Mercedes-Benz lineup overall. The C63 AMG, although most powerful of the lineup, it also carries the most known issues, such as engine head bolts, revised in 2011, valve lifters, and camshaft wear. However, these can all be resolved with regular minor service intervals and, if need be, replacement of these parts. The 7G-tronic Plus automatic fitted to most facelifted W204 C-Class cars is generally reliable and has a service interval every 50,000 kilometers. The C63 AMG comes with a multi-clutch version of this transmission, so it may be costly to maintain or repair clutch packs. In general, ensure the car you are looking at is maintained appropriately and avoid overpriced examples or those with bad condition, including checking the interior wear and engine bay cleanliness, including comparing it to its odometer reading. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you like, share, and even subscribe to this new channel. Please let me know if you would like to see any other cars. Just let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.